Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. It's another Saturday here in the harbor, right in front of the studio. It's raining. It's one of those typical German shitty weather days, and I just love them because it means no distraction, no one calling me to have a beer and like sit in a beer garden and get drunk. No one else is working here today, so it's just me in the studio making music for as long as possible. And since I'm working again on a song that I can't share, unfortunately, I thought why not talk about music distribution, how to get your music out there on Spotify, Apple Music, and all these kind of stores easy and fast.
If I should wait, 'cause you ain't got no.
So let's say you're a beginner starting to make music and you reach the point where you think it's good enough to release it, share it with the world. And I would always highly suggest to do that before you actually think it's ready. My first releases that are out there are shit. I'm sometimes a little embarrassed, but on the other hand, releasing them, I learned so much that helped me then later on for the songs that were actually better to do everything right and not screw up. So start a little earlier, screw up on the songs that aren't that perfect, and then have the knowledge once you make a song that is really worth it to be out there, to be promoted and do everything right. Then next up, you will need a distributor, and there are a lot of services available. And let me tell you right here my personal story a little. I started like 2.5 years ago, my own label, and I worked together with a big independent distributor, and I'm a little disappointed. I mean, they got the songs out there, but they promised me to push my songs a little, to pitch them to Spotify to make sure I get more plays and good placements. And unfortunately, within 1.5 years, that didn't happen. And it costed me quite a lot of money because they're taking a cut. You don't pay per song that you upload. They take a percentage of all of the money you make. And luckily, my label was quite successful. We had a couple of million streams per month. But releasing with them was expensive. So I negotiated, got like a cut in the percentage, but still paid way too much for just getting my music out there. If they would like place my music in the right places, because that's their job also partially. The promotion is of course my part, but then it would be worth it, but it just wasn't. So I switched to another one, also really big independent one, the same one that is used by a lot of the biggest EDM labels in the industry. And they're the same thing, a lot of promises, no delivery at all. So I learned and realized it's all up to me 100%. But then why keep on working with these companies if they take a cut and do not do anything besides just putting the music out there? That's not something where they should get a lot of money, a huge cut of my earnings. It's really not fair. So with my team, we tried out 2 other distributors, like professional ones that are made for labels, and same story, same thing. We just cut all of our ties with them. And with the beginning of my next release, we're releasing all of the label music and all of my own music with DistroKid, which you probably all already know. It is a very easy, fast, and cheap way to get your music out there and get actually paid. They don't promise you to place your song anywhere. That's really up to you. I think that's at least transparent instead of telling me we will do something for you and then they don't. And you just pay like a flat fee for unlimited songs, which is insane. And then there are of course more professional deals for labels. We'll definitely take one of those to just be able to release more artists. But if you're an independent artist and you want to start your music career, and it actually only starts when you release the music, because otherwise you will never ever make any kind of money and not really learn anything. I was way too hesitant at the beginning, storing all of my music on my hard drive and just showing it to friends and family. I wish I would have started like at least a year earlier to learn more, get more insights, and also actually to make some money. Even my very first release that is very shitty made me at least like 250 euros within the first year. So That's not bad. That's at least something you can invest then into the next track. And really the best part is you keep all of the rights. You cut 2 middlemen. You cut the label that usually takes 50 to 80%, and you cut a distributor that usually takes 10 to 30%. You just pay once this fee per year that is extremely low. If you're interested how much actually and like save a little, there's a link down below in the description. And by keeping all of the rights, all of the money that your song makes, that you worked for really hard, is yours. It's all yours. No one is taking anything. Because I had it a lot in the past that labels released my song, didn't promote, didn't work, they just put it out there. So basically they just sent it to their distributor, they put it out there. So the label wasn't doing anything, and they still got a huge cut out of what my song made and the promotion that I invested into that song on the side. And since you keep all of the rights, anytime a bigger label might be interested in your song, you can release with them because you still own the rights. You don't have to ask anyone. It's still 100% yours. And I think especially nowadays, the way to a major label deal is not sending them your music. It's you releasing the music yourself, be successful with it to a certain extent, and then they will start contacting you. Happened to me with my single Dawning. It was placed in a huge Spotify playlist. It reached 1 million plays within a couple of months. And then I think, what was it, like 2 or 3 major labels, sub-labels of major labels, started writing me and asking me if I had more demos, similar style, they would be interested in releasing it. So that's really how the market works at the moment. You have to do it yourself, the entire beginning, to a point where you've shown that you're good enough, successful enough, make enough money, and then the big labels will come and try to take everything from you. Maybe also help you. It really depends on the deal. Be careful. But that's the way it works. I even know from a friend there's a major label company in UK, and they have like a room with 12 people in it, and they do nothing else the entire day than analyzing Spotify. They analyze Spotify and try to find songs that are performing better than all the other songs and that are not signed to a major label. And then they just offer them a contract to just sign them, to have them save, and then just see whatever happens. It's a little shady, but that's how it goes at the moment. So get your songs ready, get your songs out there. If you're interested, again, and this is no bullshit, we're now really switching everything to DistroKid. First link in the description if you're interested. I'll keep you updated. And yeah, back to music making. And I hope to be able to share my working process with you soon, really soon. All done making music again. I'll play you a small snippet at the end of the video in the outro. But there's like one more thing I wanted to address before ending the video about my switch to DistroKid. And it's actually the best part about it. Now that we save money as a label, we'll have more to spend on promotion. So every single artist that will sign to my Accents label will get almost double the budget for marketing and promotion, which will hopefully then result in more sales. And of those sales, the artists will also get a higher cut. And I'm really happy to go forward with this step and give more to the artist. I mean, that's why I started the label, because other labels back then weren't paying me, so I started my own to give other artists the same opportunity to have a fair deal, to get some promotion and marketing, build up their career with a couple of releases, because the first ones usually underperform because you need to build up your profile. But for all of the artists that work with us long term, we see a substantial growth, and now this growth will be even more, hopefully. So yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. If you want to check it out, again, it's all linked in the description. I'll keep you updated if anything changes, happens, or whatever. This also means changes to my sub-label sign-up, but I'll talk about that in a separate video. Now, yeah, maybe a little bit more music, because there's always something you can actually change and improve. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm visiting a studio a really, 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 really big, epic studio, probably the best in town, to check out some of my album songs that are very close to being finished, and I just want to listen to them on a different speaker setup in a professional environment, and also get some feedback by the people owning that studio. But all of that tomorrow.